What's going on, guys? Into this video you will learn how to trade perfectly in lane, where and when to word correctly, how to manage your waves like high-low player, and a lot of tips about macro decisions. This video is designed for a mid lane main, but it can also help you a huge lot whether you play mid lane, top lane, AD carry, support, or even jungle. If you find value and enjoy the content that I provide, please go ahead and subscribe and like the video if you want to make sure 100% that you don't miss any bit of content that I post on this channel to get better in League of Legends. For those of you who are the first time on my channel, my name is Isais and I'm a League of Legends coach. I picked Challenger in Season 9, 2019, and since then I coached more than 2,550 people, teaching them to carry their games 1v9 and have more influence so they can climb hard and guaranteed bronze to Challenger. Learn more about my coaching service by the end of the video, or if you're serious about improving in League of Legends, book your own personalized session now to start improving. I'll see you in this session. But let's take a look on some of the things that I saw in the game. So inside of the lane phase, you played pretty fine in terms of the trading, especially early on. Like you played safe, you look to push the lane early on, try to get level advantage. Not really trade with the Ahri because she still does have her W. So you can only trade if you space her W. Remember that if you think about your Q range is like this, her W range is like this, so it's slightly less range than you have on the Q. So if you're very good, you can actually walk up right here, Q her, and then back off immediately, and she has no counterplay. I don't know, have you played Ahri a lot, or?
I haven't played Arya, but I've played this matchup a lot, and sometimes I would just randomly win the first trade, and I guess that is why.
I see. So do you see that how important it is for you to also be able to play Ahri's matchup from her perspective?
Yes. Arya is actually one of the few mid lane champs I haven't played a lot of.
I do recommend you to try to get some games on her because she's pretty popular. So in any game that you're going to play, so maybe you can OTP Victor till like master, but maybe you can have another account where you just play like other mid laners and just try to practice them, because you know, maybe you haven't played Ahri, maybe you haven't played Sylas, or maybe you haven't played, I don't know, Vel'Koz, or it's good to give it a try. Just 2 or 3 games so you can actually see, you know, how much their ability cost and stuff like that.
I think especially recently, because I found on the new patch I've been playing against completely different champions. Like I literally played before the patch. It was Sylas basically every single game. So I had that matchup like down really good. I could win lane every single time into Sylas. And I haven't seen a Sylas since the new patch, because...
Yeah, because he just got a bit nerfed to the ground. I mean, not nerfed to the ground, but nerfed pretty hard.
Yeah.
For SoloQ. Okay, so right now you're playing slow, that's fine. You have more minions right here. So right here in this position, I didn't like what you're doing right here. This is very bad fundamental play.
Shouldn't have clicked back.
Exactly, like here, you have so many more minions on her. Is this? 1, 2, 3,
She's
4,
walking
5,
into
6.
me as well. She's
you.
completely griefing.
She's griefing it. And we're clicking back. She's really bad lane, by the way.
Yeah.
So this could be...
This was a third of her health.
Yeah, I think you... I don't think this is a mistake that you're normally doing. I think this is just not understanding Ahri's damage, because you probably overestimated her a lot this game. Because in the laning phase, it feels like you're playing really safe, way too safe.
Okay.
Like way too safe. And you saw there were like those 2 clicks that you clicked back. That's how you played like the majority of the laning phase. Okay, that E was pretty bad. So here, did you actually angle it to go on her?
Yeah, I was trying to hit her, but I just flicked my mouse.
Because there are some moments where, because that's why I asked you if it was the first game of the day. You missed a lot of clicks. Your mechanics weren't really that clean. There were all like so many E's like that I didn't really kind of understand. Like if you wanted to throw it on her or if you just missed it. So yeah, maybe you're a bit rusty, or maybe you were a bit rusty because this is your first coaching session. It could be, but I don't think this is your normal performance, really.
Yeah, honestly, this Ahri is very bad, and
she's bad, right? Yeah.
She's really bad.
She's really bad, yeah. She's really bad. And then here, who is supposed to walk up on each other? Who is supposed to walk up on each other?
Yeah, I 100% win this trade
You
every
win
single
really
time.
hard. You win really hard. You have the biscuits, so if you go, you can even tank the charm and like tank the whole combo. If you do O, E, auto Q, she's dead.
Yeah.
Like she's just dead. So here you played super safe. Also this E was bad, and then you're backing off. That's fine that you're walking up a little bit. Then here you should get ready. Get ready to punish her because she has no Q. That's very good. Right here we didn't really need to push like this. With the Q, you can try to get prio by hitting it like a lot, like hitting the wave a lot of times because Nocturne is on the river, so in case Belveth is there, we can actually get prio here. But never with Q like this because you wasted like all of your mana. So the laning phase, the problems were like we played too safe, we didn't really punish our enemy, and it didn't feel like we know how Ari is supposed to play this matchup, Ari versus Victor. So maybe playing some Ari's game can actually help you. Okay, right here you are like, oh shit, this is the only time when I can get ganked. Well, that's true. That's why if you wanna like get away with this situation, obviously as you try to do, you try to push this wave. But the thing is, you can't push this wave if you don't ward first. The thing is, you can't do the word that you actually did. Just go here and throw over the wall a word. That's too slow word. There is a difference if you want a word and you're on mid lane and you have a big wave and you just push it into the tower. You push it in the tower and then you go for a word. Okay, this is a word. And there is a difference if you have the wave right here, and you go for a word like this. She can collapse you and the jungle can actually sandwich you here.
There's also a second reason why this is bad. We see Belveth top.
I know, but just conceptually, I know, because I didn't want to tell you in the game that the Belveth is top, but fundamentally, if you didn't know where is Belveth, you could just like, this is called a fast word. You just put the word and you just push. This word doesn't, I mean, the word is not that good, you know, because it's not deep, it doesn't really show you, it doesn't really give you anything, but it's a short-term word that will allow you to actually push safely, at least. Of course, if you had pushed the wave into the tower, it's much better to go for over-the-wall word, Raptor's word, or whatever.
I have definitely died before going for the over-the-wall ward in this situation.
Be very careful, because in D2, you will not get any games with less than 5 deaths if you do this. And this can kill you a lot. Okay, this is like I don't know how to put this, like wording fundamentals. I'll put it like this, like not knowing when to word and not to word. Actually, you knew when to word because you knew, oh shit, I'm gankable right now, they are supposed to gank me. It's just you went for a deeper word than you were supposed to relative to the wave state that you had on the mid lane. So that was the problem. Okay, 3/4. This is all lane phase. Early lane analysis. I really wanted to analyze the whole lane phase because it was way too safe. Right here, same time, like same thing. You are in a very good position. You actually stomped her in terms of trading really, really hard. She's very low. Like right now, she's screwed. She's very, very screwed. She's very screwed. If she's low and you see that backing off like this, she's recalling right here. So remember, do not let her breathe in the lane phase. Try to always think about what she's supposed to do and what she's doing. Because she's really low and the wave is relatively fucked for her, it's slow pushing into you. Actually, it depends on the RNG of the minions, like on which minions which creeps the minions are going to
it can definitely go either way here.
But you have to walk up right here since it's completely safe, and you have to throw a knee just in case she recalls. Because Belveth can't gank you, you have vision here, you can just hover this side, and you're just completely fine. So this right here, this is really good. And imagine right now when you stopped her second time. She's like, what the fuck, I hate
She's so tilted.
She's very tilted. So you have to do this in your game because you said you want to get master tier. That's the difference between D4 players and D1 players. D4 players don't even think about this. Don't even think about stopping the recall. D1s are always, hey, can I stop the recall? What is Ari doing? Okay, I can stop the Ari, but what about Velvech? Like they're always thinking about those things. So this is a thing that you need to consider doing. And then she stayed, and then she's completely fucked. And we can just, of course, Nocturne, if he was like around, you can just spam ping him, dive, and play from there. It wasn't the case. Right now we saw Belveth that is coming. And right here we should just run. We should just run like this. We should run like this, and if Ari is stupid, which I honestly think that she's bad, she will walk up on you, she will try to charm you, and what you need to do, you need to flash over the charm, QE, kill her, and then keep running. Because Belveth didn't really have the chance to actually like close the gap if you just had run instantly. Oh yeah, definitely a little bit of a problem with the focus and just paying attention to the minimap, but that's fine. Maybe that's because of the session. Okay, good. Here on the build we talked about it. 530 again. Right here you TP, you need to TP because she's pushing and you want to stop her recall. So this is very good that you're actually freezing this wave. And right here, what's your thought process about this E?
I was trying to hit her.
True.
It never hits though.
But the problem is that you're also screwing up the wave, right? Because you want to freeze this. It's okay to time the wave, but it's okay to time the wave by hitting like, you know, 3 minions. If you hit like this, you're hitting like all of the minions and just, this is not timing the wave. This is, you know, hitting the whole wave.
Should I be spamming in my jungler as well?
Not really. Right here you can do this by yourself. You can do this by yourself. The problem was that you use it like this, and you also tank the Q of the Ahri here. Like both
oh
wars.
yeah, that
So
actually is the difference as well in the all-in.
Yes.
It was
yes.
I clicked R.
And also the
but
potion, right? Okay, see, she should lose this 100%. If you use the potion instantly, you're 100% with this. 100%
Yes.
with this, and then it's easy to get the wave. And I think here we lost a lot. We lost a lot.
This was like where the game just like was.
Yeah.
I was really far ahead, and now I'm really far behind.
Exactly.
This is.
But I honestly
you
don't
said
think.
Not to push this wave as well.
Oh yeah. Here, that's why I stopped it. Like here, the Ahri just pushed, and right now she's recalling. She's recalling right now. Right now she's in base, and right now she's coming. Right.
Okay.
I mean, right here, I'm not saying that this is never good to push, because, you know, if they are fighting a Drake or they are doing Herald or Nocturne is invading or stuff like that, always push. You know, we want to get prior so we can actually help. But relative to the minimap right now, there is no one there, let alone the fact that Ahri is right here right now. So no reason to actually push
support and jungle in base from me.
Yeah, like no reason to actually push this wave because of the lane states right now.
It could even be even worse. Enemy support could be here, freeze this wave, and then I'm absolutely screwed. Like, there's nothing that I can do.
Exactly. So we do have some wave management patterns that we will have to fix.
Also, if I just last hit here, I can
deny some of the minions of the Ahri. Yeah, you can just so there you could have just we could have last hit, slow push, wait the next wave to come mid lane, and then when you have a big wave, you crush it and you recall. And when you recall on like 2 waves, right? And Ahri can't really make you lose anything. It would have been so much better. So the wave management.
And then it would also make her have to recall afterwards, and then I could
maybe go for a roam or do. Yeah, exactly.
Or I can recall again, and then we're just never laning against each other.
Yeah, or like that, and it's good for you because you're 0-2. You don't want to lane against her.
Exactly. Yeah.
And right here, this is very concerning. Like, he's pushing. You're very low. You're right. But the thing is, you can't just lose all of these minions right here.
Or right next to me. Like,
if he's pushing and you know that you have a reliable way to actually survive the dive, which you have, because I mean he's also pretty low, then you can stay here. This is very bad. That you recall. And then yes, you said here, oh, but I have to be true. But why should we waste it? You know, when we can just get the wave and recall after. So this is a huge one, because this is a play that if you take cleanse next game, you will recall and you will lose the whole wave. Because the TP helped you right here as a get out of jail card, but it wasn't actually like you didn't need to go to the jail in the first instance. Like you didn't need to do that mistake. So those problems are kind of big, because you're going to juggle between D2 and plat 1 a lot if you do this. If you don't stop the recalls, if you're trading very safely on the mid lane, those things are going to influence you really hard. And the wave management for sure as well. About the Dark Seal, we already talked about. Like right here, for example, you could have recalled after this plate. Like right here, you could have recalled. Look.
Oh yeah, I have it right now. Yeah.
Theoretically, if you don't buy this, but right now because you bought this, you have to stay. And yeah, that's why I don't like Dark Seal. Like after Lost Chapter, it's not bad if you get it super early, but yeah, definitely not a very good option if you don't get it early. Okay, let's see what was this. So it was 12-0-0. What was this play? Oh yeah, I think it's when you try to freeze, right? Try to freeze it. Yeah, the problem with this freeze is that first of all, it's 12 minutes in the game. The guy has Everfrost. Do you really think you're going to be able to freeze right here 12 minutes in the game against an Ahri with 1 item and ulti?
Yeah.
And
I think my thought process is that I'm scared of getting all in.
True.
But I can literally, she's just going to push the wave into me anyway. I can just literally stand on my tower and I'll get to collect the minions anyway.
True, but the
problem
doesn't
is really accomplish anything.
If you do that, and if you just let the wave to come into you and stuff, if you just like play If you just chill and let, like, she pushes, you push her, she pushes, you push her. It's much better than if you keep the wave right here. If you keep the wave right here, what's going to end up happening is that she will have this vision. She will see you that you're in the tower. She can go and kill your jungle and she can get deep vision. She can do this, or she can go mid lane and she just break the freeze and she can do the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time. So that's why in the later stages, especially in the mid game, at this point in time, I wouldn't really look to freeze, especially if I know that the enemy has a very good way to break my freeze. Of course, if your jungle is farming right here and bot lane just freezes on bot lane as well, top lane is recalled, things like that, and you don't need to do anything on the minimap, and you play against like a Fizz, and by freezing into the tower he's screwed, you can freeze, you can do it. But usually from my experience at this point in time, you just want to get prio, make sure you don't die, and play slow. And if you can't get prio, like in this case, because you're 0-2 and she's 3-0, just let her push you, get the wave, let her push you, get the wave, let her push you, get the wave, because by freezing here, she definitely has a chance to, like, look at this. Look how easy she broke the freeze. Look at this. So you're freezing, she comes in the lane, 1, 2, 3, 4. It took 5 seconds for her to just, look at this. There you go, you don't have a freeze anymore. So that's why it was just so much better, like, let the wave to come into you, take the minions, let the wave to come into you, take the minions, instead of like trying to force the freeze.
Yeah, and then she gets a roam off now as well.
And then she gets the roam off. And then you just push mid lane, which is super good. Okay, so this was 1650. 1650. Okay, this one. Oh shit, this one. So we know that she can actually all in you, because she has. Okay, what items does she have? Okay, so she has the rod and she has Everfrost. So she's relatively strong. The thing is, with Ahri, you can very rarely, and I played a lot of Ahri, you can very rarely 100-0 the guy if he's like full HP. So in this case, she can't actually 100-0 you if you stay into your wave and you have your ultimate, because your ultimate is going to do DPS. Her spells are not going to do DPS. She only has burst.
Yeah.
So that's why right here, I would actually stay into the wave. I will not do anything. And right now when she's walking up like this on me, it's pretty scary. So you can actually give up this minion and you can just back off because she can all in you, or you can just use the E but max range, because do you see that you're hitting the E, you're hitting the cannon, hitting this minion, hitting the minion. Like, you would have been right here, just throw the E here on those two minions, kill them and just back off, but you would have been here, not here. Look how close we stay to the minion when we E. You see? Like, okay, you wanna get this minion, you could have done it from the brush, use the E like this, and then just run. Because right now, that's why she will end you. First of all, is because we wasted our E. Second of all, is because we were so close to the wave. So this is a spacing problem. Like, the way we actually use our range.
Okay, I also messed up my W placement. There's zero.
Yes.
I know exactly where she's gonna go with her second R. She's clearly gonna, goes towards me and then she's gonna go towards the wall every single time.
Yeah, exactly.
And if she doesn't go towards the wall, I actually have a chance to escape. If I place my W where she's gonna go, then yeah.
Exactly. It's much different. And be very careful with those kind of plays, because Ahri is pushing the bot lane. She will take the tower. You will have a big wave into the bot lane tower, right? You will get it 100%. And then you're deciding to actually TP on mid lane when this is a 1v3 play. Look, so you're pushing, and then you're TPing here. You're TPing when Nocturne just spawned, so he's in base, right? And his ulti range is like this.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, they are diving, so this is a fine play. This is a relatively reliable play since they are low and they are diving. But also, like, when you're making those kind of plays, don't count on the Nocturne. And then here it was.
I feel like this play is way better if I have flash or if I have
or ulti. Yes, it's much better. I think it was fine.
I get double kill every time.
Exactly. I don't think it was
also,
a bad play.
I could have had a better E here as well. I could have actually hit the Swain and the Soraka. And the Soraka tanks. I would then Q the Swain and I'd get a double kill actually.
What I would have done here is that I would have just gone like this. I would just stay here and I would not really let them. I would stay here, wait, and then, wait Nocturne. And then if they run like this, then we can just go over them like this. We have full vision on the top side. And if they go like this, they are dead anyways. If they go like this, I kill them anyways. So I will just stay here, watch them, hover them. They'll probably go into the tower because this guy is already like going like this. And then it would have been pretty good. Like, imagine you are right here. And you just throw E back off, and when Nocturne is right here, you just full commit. So that would have been like best play. Okay, so there are many things right here. Be very careful with those decisions. Also, those decisions are going to hold you back. Like, you have to go bot lane right here, because as you can see, the wave is on the bot lane right now. You're going bot lane, and right here you ask me, okay, right here, what should I be doing? Should I go and group mid lane? Well, you can't group mid lane right now because it's too far from you. Like, by the time that you get there, you they will lose the fight or win the fight without you. Like here, if you decided to get the wave bot lane right here, you wanna think in percentages. Like, what's the higher play risk? Going there and getting a kill, what's the percentage? Like maybe 20-30%, or going bot lane getting the tower, which is 80%. So this would have been really bad if you go here. Look at him. Like, do you really think you're going to get, like, Ari is going to
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely no way, right? So be very careful with those decisions. And here you try to TP on the trap, right?
Yeah, and I'm not even running towards them.
Yeah, and even TPing here is like really bad, because the moment when you want to TP, it has to be a reliable TP. Right here, as you're looking at this guy is probably going to leave anyways because he's running. Like, he doesn't need you. This guy is dead anyways, so we're not really going to look to fight this, right? So this is not TPable. When you TP, you want to make sure the fight is at least doable, if not like very won. So if you would have TP'd, it would have been like, you see that you're pressing like TP when the guy is already dead, this guy is already safe, and even if you TP here, it's not like you can do anything because this guy doesn't really have any follow-up. Nocturne is also very low, so it would have been a very bad TP here.
Yes, it really would have, yeah.
The rule of thumb is that when you TP, it has to work.
I should kill here.
Yes.
Like, that's a kill every time.
Alrighty, so those are the biggest things. Those are the biggest things. I honestly think that this is not your performance, like your normal performance. I think there are many things.
There's no way I'd be timing this. That was god awful.
Yeah, I think you maybe we can do, like, sometimes if you want, in like, I don't know, a few weeks or a month, maybe we can also do a VOD review, and you can record your game and you can send it to me, and we can analyze it together, because it feels like maybe because I was here watching you play differently, I don't know.
Like, you can probably see in the first wave, my clicks are like all over the place.
Yes, exactly, and I don't want to believe that this is you.
Usually my clicks are way closer to my character and way more precise than that, but yeah, that was, and I could feel myself like constantly misclicking.
Yeah,
and not really
I don't know if
control of my character.
Maybe were you nervous today, or like in the session?
I didn't feel it, but like, based on my play, I definitely was.
Yeah, maybe. So what do you think are the main takeaways from today's session, Scott?
I'm actually pretty happy because I got to play from behind.
Let me tell you a little bit more about my coachings. My private lessons are probably the best service in the world that will make you improve, and I'm not the one saying that. More than 2,739 people already booked coaching with me. Here are just a part of the feedback.
No, I think it's good. I think it's fantastic. I think it's really good. I think you do a really good job.
I think it was very good. I mean, you pointed out heavy mistakes, and
it was very informative. It was hard truths, tough pills to sort of swallow after so many times of doing the same thing, and I think it's a super helpful approach that's going to do a lot.
Just like actually pushing what you're thinking and being a little harsh with it, and it's good. It's really good because that makes us realize what the problem actually is. So
all super helpful. Like you explain like what students were doing wrong, but also why they're doing it wrong. And you're like really understanding. You listen really well when they try to explain like what they're thinking. But yeah, you just look like a great coach.
For that was really good. I've had some other coaching in the past, and nobody's really gone that in depth into detail. Like I've had some of the other coaches I've sort of felt like have kind of just said like how well I'm playing and stuff like that, but I feel like we actually got to dive into some stuff that's actually wrong with what I'm doing. So, I mean, that's what I pay for, right? So that's really good.
Moreover, if you don't improve at least 10 times harder than what you expect, you can ask for a full refund, as the service requires absolutely no risk if it doesn't work for you. Are you ready to get your gameplay to the next level? What are you waiting for? Go ahead and book your own personalized coaching session to start getting better instantly. I'll see you in the session.